Welcome. We got an exciting week.
Big sports weekend happened.
Yeah, a lot of cool stuff.
We can start with the lesser of the topics and go into the nitty gritty. I know you don't really care, but college football was championship weekend this past weekend, and then they announced the playoff spots. A lot of controversy. Georgia beat Bama pretty handily. Indiana beat Ohio State. That was a crazy one. It's a super close game. And then Duke upset Virginia to knock them out of the playoff picture. But the huge controversy, I don't know if you saw, was Notre Dame getting jumped by Miami, even though neither of them played.
I thought they played a season opener.
Yeah, no, I'm saying the week before the final week, Notre Dame was above Miami. And then there was championship week, and neither of them played. And then Miami jumped them. Notre Dame got kicked out of the playoff. And then now they bitch so hard to the playoff committee that if they got a guarantee that in next year they're top 12, they will get in the playoff no matter what. Like no other team has that distinction.
That's crazy.
And so people are saying that if you're like a top 25 team, they might cancel the games with Notre Dame next year. So they play no one, so they can't get ranked. That's like, so.
College the playoff system, I'm a little confused on it. It's a committee that votes the top 25, right? Or top.
So they could like literally make up any reason they wanted to kick a team out or bring a team in. That's basically like what they did. It's not more or less the top teams that will get like ratings more than the best teams that play.
I don't know, but I feel like Miami and Notre Dame are gonna have probably equal ratings.
I don't know. Notre Dame is just like the super Catholic powerhouse school. Miami's like, they used to be cool, but it's Carson Beck. He's kind of sucks.
Yeah, the Georgia transfer.
NIL transfer, right? He's from Georgia. So there's some crazy games because of the playoff, how it works. You get Bama, Oklahoma, Miami, Texas A&M.
Oklahoma's projected to be the best, right? Oklahoma or Ohio?
You mean like the best in the...
Like they're projected to win the playoff.
No, it's Ohio State.
Ohio, okay.
Yeah. Ohio State's the 2 seed. Indiana's the 1 seed. But Indiana is like, they weren't supposed to be good, but they went undefeated because they call themselves a team of misfits because they're all like random transfers that nobody wanted pretty much. But their coach is pretty good, Signetti. They call him Sig.
Nice.
It's pretty cool. But yeah, other games, I think it's Oregon, Tulane, or no, Oregon, James Madison, because they let some like shitty team, not shitty, but like low key teams, and then like Ole Miss, Tulane will be like a blowout probably too, but still kind of cool. And then the first round byes were Georgia, Ohio State, Texas Tech, and Indiana.
Interesting.
Something to look forward to. Just more football. Kind of get to see the good prospects in big games. But yeah, it was that was like what kicked off the weekend. And then that same night was the UFC, was it 3-2-3?
3-2-3, yeah.
I was at work, so I wasn't able to catch it. I caught some of the highlights. But it was funny because I sent you that parlay, and I was actually pretty fucking confident in the parlay.
None of them in, I'm pretty sure.
And then the first leg lost. Yeah, because I said that fight wouldn't go the distance, Blakowski and Guskov, and it immediately went the distance and tied. Never seen a tie.
You got your money back for that one, I'm pretty sure. If it ties, something
No, because I said it wouldn't go the distance.
Oh. I think I made a just straight up bet. I did your parlay, and then I did individual bets just off who, because it looked good. I wanted
because both of those guys are like knockout dudes.
But I got my money back because that's like, I guess, never happened. So they just give me my bet back. I'm like, all right, cool.
Yeah. Speaking of UFC, Jacob said that we should put timestamps in our video so he can skip UFC.
Nice, dude. Yeah.
I was like, you just got to watch to find out when we talk about the Panthers.
Yeah, just wait. Wait, Jacob.
UFC's
fun.
Yeah, UFC is pretty badass. But Peyton Talbot destroyed Henry Cejudo.
Yeah. People said it was a little bit closer. I didn't watch that fight.
From what I saw, in the last like a minute, Cejudo went all out because, go all out in
Mhm.
probably your last fight. But other than that,
Yeah,
Yep.
he got pieced up.
Talbot
He
destroyed him.
looked like he had a lot of damage. I spent the entire evening basically just I watched a little bit of the prelims, which were free, and I'm like, okay, well, I need to go somewhere to watch it because I wasn't gonna pay for this pay-per-view. Usually, if it's a big card, I try to pay for it just so I can avoid the stupid pop-ups and lagging and all
ads.
that. It's pretty good. And you can watch them back, which is nice if you just
If
keep
you
your
buy
account.
it, yeah.
But yeah, I just missed the first 3 fights.
So where'd you
trying to
go?
find. Well, initially I was gonna go to.
I don't know places that buy it.
Well, they're sports bars have them,
Really?
the South End sports bars, Platform, and then
I
there's
didn't
that
know
one
that.
next to Penn's, which I was gonna go there, and then I met up with some friends. They're like, we don't want to go. I'm like, all right. So then I tried to go near my house. There was another place, but they only had the prelims, and I'm always asking casuals, I guess, and they're like, yeah, they show UFC. It's the free stuff. If you just have ESPN, you get to see. So they assume that it's the card. It's not because they cut off the.
Yeah. It's like, please.
So yeah, I missed it. Went home, watched.
Bought it at home?
No. I just illegally streamed it.
Oh, I was about to say after
I was
all
like,
that.
all right, whatever. I'll just settle for what I got. Because that would be crazy. $80 for one fight is insane.
Yeah.
It did go the distance though. The main event.
Well,
And I mean the co-main didn't go the distance clearly.
yeah, co-main was kind of disappointing. I feel like either way, Pantoja would have fucked him up. I'm surprised that it wasn't a no contest, but I guess that's if they do a no contest if it's a foul, and it wasn't necessarily a foul, but it was
Or
just a freak
medical
injury.
stoppage. That's when it's a no contest.
Well, why wouldn't this be a medical stoppage?
If
I know when Sean O'Malley
you're
broke
right.
his
I don't know.
leg,
Well, this one it was
counted against him.
because he caught him. He caught his leg and then tips him, and because he was trying to race, so it was intentional move. That's why it was a TKO.
It was
So
nasty.
maybe you're right.
And
Maybe I
they
didn't
showed
even
it
think about that.
18 times on the replay.
Yeah.
They kept showing it, and it was he's out
You
of
got
his
to make
socket.
up for whatever 13-second fight. You got to fill that time with just replays.
Yeah, that's what. Moving on to the main fight, Divacelli, Peter Yan 2. Yan pretty much took his lunch money.
It's crazy.
And
Very unexpected.
Merab said that he wanted to go away from his style.
Make it entertaining.
Yeah, and make it
same
entertaining.
29 takedown attempts does not go away from your style.
Yeah,
He
two
just
takedowns out of 29
got
attempts.
stuffed every time.
And
it was a cool
Peter
fight.
Yan had double his 5 takedowns, more than double. Divacelli also said that it fucked him up because like you said, it was a 30-second fight, the co-main, and so he just started warming up, and they're like, all right, let's go. But that's kind of a lame ass excuse in my opinion.
Yeah. The things that the
should
way
be ready
the
all
way,
night.
The way Yan won, just stuffed him, and then the
Merab's
striking
face,
was just too good.
His face was fucked
The
up.
body kicks. That wasn't the only one that I sent you. That's not the only one where he was he felt a lot of punches to the body.
Well, there's
He had really crazy combos.
There's a moment in the second O'Malley fight where O'Malley got him good, and I think that's what Jan's team used as
Yan's really good at kicking too. He's quick.
he just hit him in the liver every time.
Yeah, he's very fast. In his previous fights, he was very quick.
And Divacelli's so compact, so it's just kind of a big. His torso is just a huge target almost. Divacelli says that the next fight they'll do a rematch, but Yan said he doesn't want to fight Divacelli again because when he lost to Divacelli, he had to fight 2 or 3 times to get a.
Yeah. They made him. He lost. He took the belt away. And he had to fight back up, which is valid. That's a pretty good. And I don't think Merab's enough of a draw really to watch him refight. I'd much rather see.
People are saying they're just gonna do it on the White House card, just the rematch, because Dana said there has to be 9 title fights.
I thought Trump said that. He
Or
was
8
it's
title.
gonna be the
No,
biggest.
yeah. Well, Dana agreed. I don't know if you saw. They're saying Pereira is moving up to heavyweight to fight John Jones. This is going to be a heavyweight title fight.
That by itself feeds families.
There's because, it's not totally official, of course, but it's Ngannou said that he wants to fight because his contract is up with whatever.
PFL, I think.
Yeah, whatever it is. But Dana said he laughed at him they hate each other. There's a few others I was seeing. Let me see if I can pull it up. There's these are all rumors, by the way. Nothing is official.
Only
they could do
rematch-
Shavkat versus Islam.
Shavkat
as a
is
title fight.
pretty cool.
You know, if Pimblett beats Gaethje, they could do Ilya
Need that.
Pimblett.
That's another one that's coming up. We mentioned it before. That's the first Paramount card.
Yeah.
Um,
And then if Volk
crazy.
beats Lopez, could do like Volk versus Murphy or whoever is the next
everybody.
contender.
yeah.
It'd be funny if they had Kamzat there too, because he's like the terrorist guy at the had him at the
Girls
White
love
House.
Terrorists.
Um,
This is the funniest
then
guy.
yeah, if Pereira moves up to heavyweight, they would do like a Jiri versus whoever at light heavyweight
Yeah.
title fight. So there's a lot of like options. They could do a Van. I don't know if Pinto would be
Adesanya
ready.
could come back for those two because he hasn't fought in a while. He's taking
Who?
a break. Adesanya. So if they give him an opponent, he could be on that card. Just like the biggest draws, that could be his like last hurrah before he
Yeah, they're
goes
definitely.
into retirement. There's
They
a lot
could be
of
like
names.
a prelim fight because the prelims are going to be lit too because
Oh,
it's
the
the
whole
White
thing's gonna
House.
be.
So
I
we'll
still
see.
gotta see what what the price point's gonna be. I don't understand how they're just gonna. I guess they gave him
Just
a
on
lot
the
more.
lawn.
Yeah. No, I'm saying for like the Paramount cards.
Oh,
I'm excited to see the January 24th. I think is the next one, 324.
yeah. There's a little bit of a gap. It's the biggest gap in the year. It's what people are like considering it the UFC off season, even though it's only a month.
There usually is a little bit of break. I think around Christmas time. I feel like I haven't really seen that many. There's a little jump. But I don't know.
Yeah, Joe Rogan. I just saw this yesterday. Joe Rogan on his podcast, he said it would be a travesty if they don't have John Jones at the White House card. They need to do that,
Yeah, they do.
and that's Joe. Joe Rogan's like
He loves John Jones now.
he's the yeah. I mean,
Yeah, one of-
even Dana loves John Jones. He's
Yeah.
the biggest meat writer, but it's like he is the biggest idiot in probably sports history in terms of just ruining like his career. Not even
He's
ruining
made
it,
a
but
lot of money.
he
got
could have
paid
been.
like 10 mil for his last fight. It's
Yeah, but he
crazy
could
money.
have gone like he's in the last like 5 years he's fought like 2 times.
Yeah.
It could have been like 8 fights. He could have been like for real like.
Yeah, but then
the-
then you're like kind of challenging your legacy. You take damage. He's
I mean, no one.
undefeated technically.
Yeah,
He has the most title
Technically.
defenses. I mean, I see why he would sit out, especially if you have that much money trying to renegotiate. Again, I think he got paid like 10 mil for his last fight, which is like that's fine. That's plenty of money for him not to take
that
his
fight
time.
was like a
do
weird
his own
fight though
thing.
too versus Stipe.
Yeah. It was-
Stipe hadn't fought in like 4 years though.
Yeah. It wasn't great. But
Retirement fight.
yeah. But also the competition in the division's terrible.
But
now.
Pereira would
Fucked
get
up so
eaten
bad.
alive by John Jones. Like
I
no.
don't know, dude. He's kind of old though, so like, even though he doesn't really take a
Pereira
lot of
could
damage,
catch him.
Yeah, that's what He has that power, and the accuracy mainly. He could catch him because he's
On
he
the
can
ground,
kick
it's
too.
like
Oh no, it's
nothing.
Done. Yeah, it's done. Sure, like fat John Jones versus ripped, probably like huge Pereira.
Well, Pereira's old too.
No, but I'm saying like John Jones, if he gets caught, he doesn't really. He's pretty good about not getting caught. He was getting caught a little bit early on in his career, but
Yeah, we've
he
seen
keeps
him
the
versus
keeps the
Reyes.
space. But Pereira's long too. You know, it's the whole eye poke thing with John Jones. He does the Adesanya like fingers
Yeah.
out like.
Well, it's mostly not mostly, but partially the gloves.
Well, yeah, but you can just, but that doesn't really, you can't catch anything with that, so. But he is just known for, like, he keeps your
Yeah.
hand in your face.
He said it when the
Open-handed.
Aspinall shit went down. He's like, "Yeah, I've done it on purpose too."
No.
But yeah, that was a cool Saturday, Sunday. I think we covered last week. Huge games, huge implications, division races. Kind of start with like the huge news of the week. Dan Jones, Achilles torn. It was in his other leg because he had a fractured fibula, and they had like the plate. He tore his right Achilles. People are saying he was compensating, for the injury.
Yeah, probably.
Which
is it
is
the
like,
same leg as his ACL, when he tore his ACL?
I'm not sure. But
Both non-contact.
I don't understand. I said it last week, I think, or 2 weeks ago. I don't understand why people were just pretending like a fractured fibula was like nothing and okay to play on, especially in the contact sport that football is. It's kind of disappointing. At the same time, I understand wanting to go out there and win, but the doctors have to kind of rein in the player, ring them in, whatever the saying is.
Yeah.
Signed
yeah.
Phillip Rivers to
Yeah,
the
big
practice
brain-
squad.
Big brain move.
Hasn't played in 4 or 5 years.
You've seen clips of him, like, trying to do. I mean, he was never like he looked like that. People are like, oh, he looks fat. It's like, well, Ben Roethlisberger looked like that his whole
Phillip
career.
Rivers. And I was arguing with a guy last night because he said Phillip Rivers had a really good like arm strength. And I was like, no, Phillip Rivers is always like, well, you could throw deep, but he's always just a sidearm
Yeah, he just
guy.
throws fast, and that's it.
Usually he pushes it out there.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's actually like a decent situation for him. You know, Alec Pierce, Michael Pittman, Josh Downs, Warren, Jonathan Taylor. O-line is all right, I guess. Like top 15 for sure. But yeah, it's just going to be that first hit he takes because it's Seahawks D. They play this week.
Yeah.
And the Seahawks D is like top 3 probably.
Fantasy top 1.
Yeah, well, yeah. Yeah. So I know if you're happy probably to see that on the matchups.
Yeah, we'll see how it goes. I could definitely see him just some crazy just gets possessed by his old self and like starts frying them, especially having a decent tight end. You know,
it is the Seahawks though. I think the Seahawks are 11.5-point favorites now with the news. No, 13.5. This says. Jesus.
Nah, bro, just there's enough talent on that team. Worst case scenario, they make Warren play if he sucks, which that'll be interesting.
Yeah, so Dan Jones got injured versus the Jags. Riley Leonard came in and just kind of just shitted it up. He didn't tear it. He sprained his MCL, so their backup is out. That's like kind of what led them to sign Rivers. And AR's on the IR because he like fractured his orbital face bone with the rubber band. I don't know if you remember that.
Yeah.
It's depressing. So the Colts got pushed out of the playoffs. Jags lead the division, and Texans also jumped them. Do you have any hope?
For the Colts?
Yeah, they play, like I said, the Seahawks this week. Their schedule isn't like super tough, but there's a bunch of division games. Seahawks, they have the Niners, Jags, and Texans. So kind of.
It's not a fun matchup. No, I have no faith. I should have seen it early. I mean, I mentioned it before. If Jonathan Taylor doesn't get going, they don't do anything, and now they're down to a 5th-string quarterback essentially.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know. They might be done. Seems like everybody's underperforming.
Just kind of mad as fuck because I took all the Colts unders this like in the futures under wins, and they eclipsed, everything that I bet on because I was doing like 5 or less wins. But now they're gonna probably finish like 8 and 9.
Yeah, so they're just, you projected them to suck. They just sucked a little bit less than you.
It's kind of sucks for me and my bets, but I still got some sleeper futures out there. We'll see. But yeah, tough one if you're a Colts fan. At least you have Indiana, like we said, going in the college football playoff. The other really crazy game was Ravens-Steelers. Crazy in the sense that I feel like a lot of people didn't believe in the Steelers going into that game.
Yeah, that's all I heard all week.
I think Ravens were 5.5-point favorites, if I remember correctly. And it wasn't like the game itself wasn't that close. Like Steelers jumped out to a huge lead. It was 17-9 at halftime. And going into the fourth, it was still 27-22. But Rodgers, it was like old Rodgers, like 2018. Like the first deep ball, he put it in the bucket to DK down the sideline. And DK actually caught it, with his hands. And stopped him at the short goal line situation. And Rodgers did a fake bootleg, rush touchdown, discount double check on him.
Man.
I think you said it before, 2.5 years.
2.5 years. First rushing touchdown that he's had since he was on the Jets. Since tearing his Achilles, I'm pretty sure.
It's nuts.
So that's what you haven't seen. I
was
seen
about
that
to
celebration
say.
in so long, and that's his rushing celebration.
And it is classic. You know, like the moments in history where you've seen him do that. And the little Mario jump is another good one that he does.
Yeah, and then you saw Mike Tomlin doing it too, freaking out. That's probably I can see Rodgers having a lot of fun there because he has Tomlin is very stoic, but then he also gets lit too. He'll get charged up. He's like a player's coach.
He is. He was pissed at the media. He's like, I've been on the hot seat for the last 19 years. I'm not worried about blah blah blah, because they always talk about firing him or because they're always mediocre. But with the team, he does the best probably any coach could do.
Yeah, I mean they had Kenny Pickett. just random ass players for a long time. I mean, they had
Rudolph.
Big Ben obviously, but like there's been a drought.
So yeah, there was another huge controversy. I think it was late third or beginning of the fourth. Isaiah Likely had the catch in the end zone. Let's see if I can pull it up for you. He had 2 steps, what it looked like 2 steps, and then it got knocked out of his hands. Called touchdown on the field, I believe, and then they took it away.
So Gene was looking for
It's not going to turn.
1, 2, and I mean it's already I don't know. To me that's. So
Isn't it? It's like really close.
a third step.
1,
1, 2,
2.
and
Because Anton was watching the Saints game, Saints Bucks.
I don't know. To me that's.
I don't know. That's weird.
So I'm pretty sure.
But Likely's not known for like.
And
He
last
gets-
year he had the one versus the Chiefs where his like big toe was out of bounds.
Yeah, and then this year he dropped one into the end zone.
Oh, that was last week. Yeah, they versus the Thanksgiving. So it was people are saying the Ravens would have won, blah blah blah. But I don't know. If you shouldn't have been down so much. Put yourself in that position. There's huge news about the Steelers today. T.J. Watt, lung injury. They said, I assume it's some collapsed lung issue, but likely out this week versus the Dolphins.
Yeah, they took him to the hospital. I think or like some kind of.
Yeah. I know it wasn't like critical condition, but it's definitely an
Yeah, it was,
issue.
like, precautionary. We'll see.
Sucks if you're a Steelers fan, especially Dolphins. They're not as bad as they were at the beginning of the year. So
Yeah.
that's gonna be funny though. Tua in frigid conditions never won a game. It was like below freezing.
All I need is H-N, dude. Was it all that?
Well,
screams to me
he
is
got
H-N.
hurt versus who
Yeah,
they play.
they thought he broke his ribs.
They destroyed. I think it was the Falcons. No, it was the Jets. They destroyed the Jets, even though the Jets had another punt return.
Yeah.
Like this year has been like the most special teams returns in the last
not
10 years.
Not a kickoffs.
Well, there's been 2 kickoffs,
Yeah,
but
that's not much.
it's better than last year.
Yeah.
I think there's none or one last year, and it was against the Bills.
Just got fur in my face.
Freaking stupid. But
He
he fell on the
week to week,
ball.
but they play Monday, so I think.
I don't think they've said anything
Yeah.
bad about it.
They said it wasn't anything serious after the game because I have him on my fantasy team and like I was like. gotta
Did they
check. Still
say that
dropped,
they're
like, 25
getting
points.
rid of McDaniel?
Did they say they were going to?
Because I thought that they're probably going to keep him in what I imagine.
He said that he was happy. All I saw was his interview where he was like very happy with how the locker room turned around. And I
Some
think he
guy
said
told me that
everybody-
he's getting fired at the end of the year. They said. And I was like, I
No,
don't
I
remember.
think
I think it was some drunk dude.
Yeah, I don't think that's real. Because he seemed very happy with it. Because he was like, even in the situation that I'm in and everything, he like.
Yeah, they won
addressed
5
that.
straight.
Yeah.
That's pretty good. For a shitty team, or one was the Bills, but like what started their streak. But it did seem like they figured it out. Maybe it was Tyreek just like
Just
raging.
toxicity, just like not. Also, just probably change the scheme up a little bit. You know.
Well, it's like because I don't know if you remember, like Tua was going off like in the media saying that people aren't showing up to.
Yeah.
Maybe it was Tyreek, and he was kind of ruining the chemistry.
Yeah.
That's what it kind of looked like. Waddle's been popping off crazy. Sad that
H-N,
the Bills
just
didn't
all
trade
of
for
them.
him. Yeah, it's a Waddle and H-N show. Or did you see Dulcich? He had like a big catch and run.
Who's that?
Their backup tight end, some white guy. People were like saying Waller was going to score this week, and it was like Dulcich show.
Could never bet on Waller, dude. I think I had him 1 week and
He went off at the beginning of the year.
Oh my god, dude! There's like fur in my face.
What did you do?
Well, I just like put my hand up to my face, and I think I had fur from him. My jacket, like a long little curly blonde hair.
You want to take 5?
I'm okay. Just cut this out. Just cut that out.
Moving on, I guess. I kind of forgot what we were talking about. Oh yeah, Steelers play the Dolphins. It's gonna be a tough one, both sides. But the frigid conditions, Tua has never won a game. His doodle arm, small hands, small guy. I guess.
He never beat the Jets. I'm pretty sure. Either it was like one of those. Is like the Jets haven't beat the Dolphins It was one of those matchups that like one of them had to give. Like two was like 0-6 against the Jets, and like the later, like towards the end of the season, and the Jets are like 0-9 against the Dolphins,
Yeah.
or like something like that. I don't know, but it was like a stupid one where both of them have like, one of them will probably like had to win.
Yeah, speaking of shitty teams, the Titans and Titans actually won this week. I'm pretty sure I said on the pod to take the Titans spread at least. That was like I was telling one of my buddies from work, it's like a lock. And they ended up winning, so if you took the money line, it would have been a little bit more money. Story of that game was Shadur Sanders and Tony Pollard just going band for band. Shadur, let me get the stats right. 363 passing yards, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception, and a rushing touchdown. I know you're his biggest fan, so I'll let you.
I mean, it was whatever. It's cool he balled against like the worst team, one of the worst teams.
The Titans, they play people close usually.
Yeah.
Let me see what I know they played the Seahawks close because I remember the Seahawks didn't cover, I don't think. Yeah, they only lost to the Seahawks by 6, lost to the Texans by 3. But they got shit on by the Jags. But they're like, I don't know, obviously rookie QB, they're not going to be good. They fired their coach like week 5. But it is like an NFL team regardless. So
Well, yeah, no, I mean, valid, whatever, ball out.
like Shadur, like Drake May hasn't even thrown 300 yards in his career.
Yeah.
And Shadur got 360.
I wonder if it's one of those situations where you just like, because there's nothing to lose, you just like, he kind of just ball it out. You know, like if you have the confidence of like, okay, I can make these mistakes, you know?
Yeah, they
'Cause
announced.
you don't want Drake May slinging the ball like crazy or anything like that. You don't want like, unless you can, but like that team doesn't have anybody really.
Yeah,
So it's Diggs and then like,
they announced that he's starting the rest of the year. Shadur, and that was like the plan this whole time.
yeah,
Just like,
don't win games.
why couldn't you just say like, he worked hard, so we're gonna start him? Like, I don't know. It's kind of goofy.
Yeah, the half-season development that was needed, I guess, for him to be able.
And
to
it's funny
understand the
how
playbook.
no one interviews Gabriel about it because like the whole year they were interviewing Shadur while Gabriel was starting, and like no one remembers that Gabriel exists.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Njoku sacrificed himself for a touchdown in that game. He like caught it and then immediately like didn't get up.
Yeah. And then Cam Ward with the stiff arm.
Yeah,
Like crazy stiff arm.
it's kind of if you get stiff armed by Cam Ward, and it was like Pollard got like 60-yard touchdown, 30-yard touchdown. So it was like an actually super entertaining game to watch. I think it was like one of the last ones that finished in the 1 o'clock window. But the talking heads this week were talking all about Shadur Sanders being off the field for the 2-point conversion. They ran like a wildcat kind of. It looked like Judkins forgot what the play was.
Yeah, he was supposed to pass it or like toss it or hand it back, and then he just didn't.
And then he tried to, or like thought about it late. He was like, oh shit.
But the throw back that he made looked kind of like perfect if it was not covered, you know, if they like. But you don't run a fake to the guy that's maybe you're supposed to throw to, you know? Like,
Yeah,
but
I don't know
against the
why
running
they,
back, so he's hoping the defense moves and then he tosses it back.
they should have just ran like Y stick with Shadur and just throw it like a little dump off pass or something.
Just anything. Let him run it in, maybe. That was pretty stupid. But you never know. I mean, that play could probably maybe work any other offense.
Like
could
they
try.
did like in the past few weeks with Shadur starting, they do run a lot of wildcat with Judkins in it. I mean, he's gotten like touchdowns on it. But I just think like when you have a guy who's like in the flow state, you just gotta let him
Exactly. Yeah.
like heat check, whatever. It was kind of like Burrow. Burrow is shitting on the Bills this week, first half. It was kind of ridiculous because T. Higgins cracked his head open. It looked like 2 times, and he's like holding it, like wobbling, couldn't get up, and they're like, "Yeah, you're good." And then he came
Put
to
back out
practice
there.
on Monday. It was like, "Yeah, I don't feel good."
Yeah.
So
Scrambled eggs for brains.
because they concussion protocoled him 2 times and cleared him both times, and he caught a one-handed touchdown after he came back.
I feel like the adrenaline, everything, you know. Maybe one knocked him out, the other one knocked him back, and then just having 2 concussions, half concussions equals 1 full concussion later on.
So we'll see if he plays this week. But yeah, that was one of the better games of the week, of the season even. Josh Allen just take over fourth quarter. Well, not necessarily all him, but Benford had like the pick six. And then there was like a
Right
right
a
after.
snow game. Sorry.
Yeah, it was lit.
Yeah, that's pretty sick.
It wasn't like the Colts or the Eagles-Lions game from like 2014, but it was like a
Calvin Johnson full face mask.
LaShawn McCoy going crazy and like the cuts. But it was cool though. I definitely love a snow game, just for like the aura.
Yeah.
But Josh Allen, like 40-yard rush touchdown, and then he had like the rush to seal the game. He was actually pretty fired up, which was good to see because, recently when they lose, he just kind of just sits there. But it's good to see the Bills because the Bengals had a lot to play for. Not necessarily they were going to make the playoff, but they had like a path per se to win the division, but they just couldn't lose any games. So happy to see they're out of the playoffs. Happy to see the Chiefs aren't going to make the playoffs probably.
That's pretty sick. That is pretty sick.
And
one of my buddies is like, he made a $100 futures bet, the Chiefs Super Bowl still, because it's like plus 1,100 or something.
So yeah, they lost
He
to
was
the
like-
Texans. Probably it wasn't really a close game at all.
No.
If you watched it, Chiefs scored 10 points. They really couldn't move the ball all day. Kelsey looked horrible. Dropped a pass 2 times, and it turned into a pick.
Yeah, there's not even much to say about
Texans
it.
D is legit. That's all you can say. It doesn't matter if it's Stroud or Mills. Like they just
Don't
need
care.
to score like 17 points, and the D will hold them to less than that. So it's gonna be cool to see their comeback, to see if they can make noise in the playoffs. Texans will probably be a wild card, but there is still surprisingly a path for the Chiefs. I think they have like 8%, 10% chance. But it starts this week. They play the Chargers. That's like the only team spot they could take realistically because they lost to every other team. Like they lose the tiebreakers. So we can kind of, I'll draw this out for you. So Chargers obviously play the Chiefs this week.
Mm-hmm.
Chiefs are actually 4.5-point favorites. Chiefs at home. Even after the Chargers, they beat the Eagles kind of handily. We can talk about that later. Not handily, but so yeah, they Chiefs Chargers this week. Chargers play the Cowboys after that at Dallas. Dallas, sneaky team.
They're
We
trying.
definitely seen them beat good teams. They beat the
Yeah.
Chiefs. Then they at home versus the Texans, who we just finished glazing, and then at Broncos week 18. So if the Chiefs win this week and maybe the Chargers lose. They could lose the rest of their games, realistically.
Yeah, realistically. This is a tough schedule for them.
But there is a window. The Chiefs can get eliminated this week if they lose, if the Bills win, and the Broncos win. I think they get eliminated from the playoffs, which would be
That'd be kinda
crazy.
That'd be
Week
nice.
15.
Would enjoy that.
And
Actually,
so
no, I need him to win. I got Rashee Rice and Patrick Mahomes. I need him.
I need them for at
And
least
keep
one
going.
more week.
Huh?
Yeah, for at least one more week.
Yeah, just give me that.
Let me see who the Chiefs play. It's a little bit easier. Obviously, they play the Chargers, like I said. They finish with the Raiders.
Easy.
They play the Titans, but
Easy.
they also play the Broncos.
It's gonna come down to that game, isn't it?
That's week 17, so not the last week, but
No.
and that's a night game, Thursday night game. So that game's gonna be crazy. It would be cool. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go to the bathroom too.
Look at that double.
Yeah, this is gonna be a crazy edit. I was gonna say it is still interesting that the Chiefs continue to be favorites in all these games, even though they're losing all these games. Like they're favored versus Texans, they're favored versus the Cowboys, and now they're favored. 4.5 is decent size.
Yeah. I think it's just like you can never count them out kind of thing.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say.
Eventually
Vegas,
that luck's gonna run out.
they're gonna until they see it happen, they're gonna continue to
Yeah.
bet on the Chiefs. I'm so happy I'm off this Sunday because the 1 o'clock window is stacked. Do you feel like I know you're on the same boat, like you're gonna not count them out until you see it, but do you think, because Chargers, their defense, four picks versus Hurts and a fumble.
Yeah, that's different.
I don't know if that's more so Hurts
No, it's
being ass.
being not top 5. No, I definitely see them. It's going to be, I say it every week, it's going to be a bounce back game. But I feel like this is when they're like, we got to win. So they'll cook some
It's
crazy.
a true win or go home,
Yeah.
like back against the wall.
Mm-hmm. And I think they're decent and smart enough of a team.
It's a home game too.
Yeah.
Well, the last one was home versus Texans, but yeah, Hurts.
It's still different. Texas and Chargers is different. But Hurts, yeah.
We can talk about that game real quick.
It's a whole different ball game right there.
It looked like the Chargers were going to run away with it in the beginning because they were like Vidal was getting like 50-yard plays, Hampton touchdown.
Yeah.
I think they turned over Hurts right after, but then like Herbert threw a pick right after.
It was a cool game. No punts pretty much. They would just throw the ball to like
Yeah,
the
it was
other
like
30-yard line.
air
It's like,
raid.
Started out.
Yeah, I talk about the Hurts pick. The
Hey,
guy fumbled. Hurts picked it up, and then they peanut punched it out of his hand.
He
I
made
don't know.
history.
I don't know. Yeah, history for -4 in a fantasy play. I don't know if that's ever happened before. But I also don't know if we've ever seen a triple turnover.
Triple turnover, but for sure never seen a quarterback throw or have 2 turnovers on the same play.
Yeah,
that's-
it was hella goofy to watch. And then the end of the game, it looked like the maybe the Eagles could score. It was like a deep ball down the sideline. It looked like the guy was out of position, but he actually like baited Hurts, tipped it, and then his teammate caught it to seal the game. It was like an entertaining game to watch.
Yeah, it wasn't that for
For an Eagles game, it was
Yeah.
like the best Eagles game of the year.
It had to be like 17 turnovers. In
Yeah,
one game
but
to make it
in
palpable.
reality, it still was a shit-ass game, but it was just the best Eagles game of the year.
It was cool. I don't mind. But even then, I mean, the Chargers defense,
I was
or
pissed.
Chargers offense does not look super great, man. If you're just
Yeah.
dependent on running backs just doing stuff, I mean,
Herbert
Herbert had a run in his broken hand.
They were running him a lot.
Yeah.
I had his under rushing yards, and he had like a broken one run.
He had a
And
lot.
it didn't, and he was like, because Rodgers didn't have surgery.
Mm.
Herbert actually had surgery on Monday, like the previous Monday, and he was able to do handoffs with his hand.
There was a pick he threw where he was the guy that had to take down like a
Yeah.
defensive tackle, and I was like, you're just psycho. If you're like broken hand, he grabbed him by the shoulder pads and like twisted him down. I'm like, dude, what are you
It didn't look like he
doing?
was limited at all.
He was like wincing and stuff. Like he would be like,
He even when he got tackled, he was going because like you said he was running. He was putting his arm out there like not even close to like Rodgers, where Rodgers couldn't do handoffs, can't do under center, had like a brick on his hand. Rodgers doesn't run anyway, really.
might be an age thing where he's just probably extra cautious because it could just be like season-ending kind of situation if you're like completely messy around.
Broken, yeah.
Herbert knows that you could probably play through it.
Did you see the post game? People were like
Where he
bagging
was like,
up.
I want to go celebrate with my team, and then he came back, but.
He gave like a half-ass interview.
Do you see everybody was like super pit? They were like, "It's your job. It's your job." It's like, yeah, but there's also like.
I probably wouldn't want to do like they have to do interviews. It's like
And he did.
mandated. Like you get fined if you don't do the interviews. I would say the lady did a good job in not like getting super pissed and
Yeah.
like
But
grabbing
on the
him or-
other hand, like the Marshawn Lynch thing is like, I'm only here so I don't get fined. Herbert made $250 million or whatever. It's like he could realistically just like if you're the reporter and he's like, I don't want to talk. They're like, all right, just leave him alone. Like, and he just keeps
But
going.
it is like the OT when you are the QB Monday night. Like you probably have to do the interviews.
Yeah,
I get both sides of the argument. I probably wouldn't want to do the interview anyway, but you like it's your job, bro.
it is, but I mean, he can also get fined. Just like he's got unlimited money. It's like
Madison Beer now.
yeah, and his contract.
It's like not a super power couple, but she's rich too.
Yeah.
Christmas present, just pay your fine. And same draft class, Burrow said he might. He didn't say he's gonna retire. I don't know why somebody.
having fun.
I don't know why somebody asked him that. I don't know what the context was, but yeah, he said, when I'm not having fun and I'm gonna retire, and he's like, there's a lot happening this year that you guys don't know about, something like that.
Well, he had his house like broken into. He didn't play half the season. Like,
People are
just, like,
saying that he's going to ask for a trade. Is like what some people got out of that interview.
could have just been like just a question. He just gave a response, and like now it's blown up.
Because it is a tough division, year in year out. Well, I saw somebody say they could trade him to the Vikings, an even tougher division. But
To go from Jamar to Jefferson.
yeah,
That'd be kind of cool.
that's what people are saying, that he's going to request a trade to the Vikings, or forget what the other team was. People were saying,
The
but
Jets, dude.
I don't think, huh?
The Jets.
No, fuck that.
Just make his
The
career
worst field possible for like a guy who's torn his ACL like 5 times. But I don't know. They play the Ravens this week again. It's kind of a bigger game for the Ravens than it is the Bengals, considering especially that Lamar is like ass now.
Mm-hmm.
Playing hurt probably is what the more so answer is, but playing hurt doesn't excuse you from throwing like 5 picks or 4 picks versus the Bengals on Thanksgiving, and then kind of just shitting the bed versus the Steelers. I also think low-key the bigger story is Derrick Henry washed now. Like we've said it like throughout the years, like, and it's crazy saying is he washed, and he had like 94 yards versus the Steelers, but it was only 3.8 yards a carry.
I think it's the way they play him. I think it's just teams. Also, Lamar, you don't really need to like pay attention to
His rushing game this year,
him
yeah.
throwing or rushing. So like, all right, so the game plan is Henry, and they try to pull away from it here and there. He gets very low carries. He got very low carries this year. A couple games he had like 13 carries.
Past game he had 24 carries.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just like back and forth, and obviously when I don't know what their game plan is with him.
I saw a
I think it's
stat.
fucking up his momentum too.
It's
I
like
think
the least missed tackles he's caused ever in his career, like this
he's
year.
running straight into the D tackles because there's like no creativity with this place. I think his longest touchdown this year, not this year, but at least in recent memory of the past couple games, was like the one on, was it Thanksgiving? He got like a 23-yarder up to the left.
Yeah.
And that's just...
He was known for his 99-yarders in Tennessee, even
Yeah.
his first year in Baltimore.
But it's just like, just defend him. It's like, they're not going to, I don't know. It's just, It seems like it's not more of him being washed, but it also is going to hurt his legacy. They give him a down year.
We always wonder, like, he is 30-something. It's not like he's in his 20s anymore.
He still looks fine, though. Like, physically, he looks fine, because you could always say he looks slow, but he's always looked slow. He was never fast, but he'll still have, like, a random...
He has, like, 20
carry
mile
that
per
goes
hour,
up.
runs.
Yeah.
He's 31, so it's not like...
It's not the end.
He'll be 32 in January, so...
You could talk about
running
the
backs,
Saquon
that's
fall
like...
off.
Yeah,
That's a big
Saquon
one.
did. Well, that's like the argument. Like he had like the most touches in NFL history last year. It's like after that your body is gonna be like when it happened to McCaffrey. He had like 2 straight years of injuries. And it's not like Saquon got hurt necessarily, but he's definitely not as explosive. I will say this Chargers game, he did go fucking nasty.
He brought it back.
There was he had the whoop, like the shady.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it was a touchdown run, but then he did have the huge like 50, 40-yard touchdown run. I think it was his first one since week 10 last year.
Yeah, it's been a while.
So it was cool to see that. And it was like A.J. Brown was getting his numbers, and they still lose.
Yeah.
It's like, it's tough to say that, is he happy or not? Because he's getting his touchdowns, his 100-yard games, but they're losing now.
He's too old now to be making any. I don't understand these old receivers starting whining, like Stephon Diggs whining back in the day.
Well, he made the Bills trade him to the Texans.
Yeah.
Sad. And now we can
Pats.
talk about this, and we got to be right back.
All right.
So yeah, kind of finishing off the week. Some big games this week, but not like as good as games as last week for sure. Last week was probably top 2 week this year in terms of games and we didn't even talk about your boys.
Yeah.
Packers take the division lead from
Yeah.
the Bears. The Bears were the 1 seed. They go from the 1 seed to the 7 seed.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of insane to how stacked the NFC is this year.
They look good. They performed like Jordan Love looked good. I mean, obviously threw a pick, but I was kind of a little bit worried that he wasn't going to be able to rally
The Watson
and he came
plays.
back out just
yeah.
crazy. Like
The
just-
one to Melton.
Yeah,
That was a good one.
yeah. There's a lot
It's
of
good play design.
Josh
And then
Jacobs
Watson.
ran the ball well. Everybody Watson was catching. They're kind of catching the plays.
It's
looked
crazy how
very nice.
Dubs does nothing now, especially after like his 3-tutty game early this year. Everyone thought he was going to be the one, the wide receiver one, and then Watson came back and just snatched
Watson's
his chain.
in it, but he's the one that's on contract here, and he is physically the most.
No,
gifted one.
they re-signed him.
They re-signed him. Did I
No,
miss that?
not. It was before he came back. It was a 1-year extension,
Okay.
so it's not like they re-signed him. But I guess they saw how he was doing his rehab and were like,
Might as well. But he's proving it. Defense looked really good. Except
Yeah.
there were a couple plays, couple mishaps here and there, but outside of that, the linebackers. Did you see that one play? It was a Bonning guy, like right up the. Dude, that guy runs like he doesn't.
He's a
like
beast.
he's like an idiot. He has like.
It's
he
like
just
how-
flies.
it's like
into-
what people thought of Pacheco when
Yeah.
he was coming out of school, but Pacheco kind of just sucks now.
Dude, he was that one play. I think it was.
He's 5'9", but he's thick.
I think it was a Jaron Cooper. So one of the linebackers, it was like face to face and chipped a helmet. You'd never see
No,
that.
I didn't see
He
that.
chipped his helmet because they went face to face. He chipped Cooper's or whichever linebacker's helmet, which was crazy. And then obviously the last play of the game. On that, it was the play before that. It was
The guy was open.
The guy was open.
If you put it back corner, end zone, or
Yeah.
kind of that area, but he did. I texted you right when it happened. He tried the Love fadeaway patented pass, but it is hard to do because when you're fading away, you got to put more on it than you think.
Yeah, if you're not used to doing that, and Jordan Love strictly throws off his back foot for whatever reason, and it's always like a lob.
It was a huge underthrow by Williams. It would have been crazy though if he completed it and they tied the game. But
No,
yeah,
it'll be
no, it
that.
wasn't not his time.
No.
But they do play again here in a few weeks, so we'll see how that goes. Packers got a big game this week versus the Broncos.
Yeah,
I think it's in Mile High, so that's always like a big advantage.
it's better for lobs, man.
Yeah, the ball can travel a little bit faster, I guess. Even though it's in Mile High, Packers 2.5-point favorites.
I think it's just the momentum of the team. I think it's just they
I
look
think
good.
it's a big win last week.
Keeps like slinging it over.
Broncos, we didn't talk about that, but yeah, they didn't even cover versus the Raiders. Raiders got that field goal in with 3 seconds left to cover.
A lot of people like speculate it's Vegas called, but I thought about it and it is fishy because why would you take a walk off losing field goal? But I guess if you're gonna try to put a drive, just see what you can do. I don't think it was like the.
It
whole
was like
starting
5
offense.
seconds left, so usually field goals don't take 5 seconds. I don't know. It was like just stupid, but
Pulled the
Broncos. I mean, they didn't really care. They won.
Yeah.
They're the 1 seed in the AFC, I think, right now. But obviously, losing to the Packers could change that. It is going to be a cool. I feel like it's going to be a defensive matchup, just like Parsons and Co. versus Surtain. I think Surtain's back. Probably put him on Watson, considering how good he's been recently.
Mm-hmm.
But I still feel like, because the defenses, obviously the Broncos' defense is a little better than the Packers, but the Packers' offense is a lot better than the Broncos' offense, if that makes sense.
Yeah, yeah. We'll see. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be if they maintain the play calling and everything that they did this week. It's gonna be a fun game for the Packers.
I think it's a good tune-up game too, because how good the Broncos' defense is. And there's a lot of good defenses in the NFC, like Rams, Seahawks. So if they can, do their thing, still like operate, it's going to be bode good for like the playoff push.
Yeah.
And Packers are still like competing for the 1 seed, so you never know. The
Just
tie
need the
kind of
division, but yeah.
kind of screws things up. Bills, Pats, another big one. Bills lost to the Pats earlier this year. It's kind of like the only team the Pats have played in terms of like good teams, but it's like if the Pats win, then they win the division. It's kind of like they clinch. And then the only way the Bills can win the division is if they win and the Pats lose to the Dolphins or the Jets. It's probably not going to happen either way, but you never know. So should be a cool game. Hopefully it's a good game. I
This
won't
would be
pick it.
very low scoring in my opinion.
Yeah, it's in New England, so it's going to be cold. So it's probably going to be one of those, like you said.
Both teams are used to it though. It's always interesting to see.
Yeah, it is true. Buffalo and New England. Maybe another snow game. That'd be hype. Huge game. Lions and Rams. Lions are actually out of the playoffs right now.
Yeah.
I had a bet on them to win the Super Bowl, so that's not like looking too great. But and it's like a storyline. Another Goff versus Stafford matchup. They they were traded for each other, and then Stafford won the Super Bowl. Obviously, the Rams are the favorite. Do you have any hope? Lions kind of bounced back last week versus the Cowboys.
I can definitely see the Rams. Stafford probably wants his MVP talk back in circulation.
Especially beating his old team.
Yeah, I don't know. It's gonna be a fun game though.
It's 5.5 or 6 point spread for the Rams. Yeah, I just feel like the Rams they're just the best team
Just
right
complete.
now.
They're a very complete team.
Just like,
Offensively,
did you see what Adams said?
Yeah, he says the most fun he's ever had playing.
And he said, "I'm gonna retire whenever Stafford retires."
Not bad. A lot of people think he's throwing shade at Rodgers, but like Rodgers developed Adams.
No, I don't think it's shade. It's just
But I just saw when he was like, "This is the most fun I've ever had playing." With
because last year,
but like
where was he last year?
Jets.
Yeah, going from the Raiders or going from the Packers, playoffs every
Yeah.
year, going to the Raiders and Jets, and then you finally are on a good team again. You're like,
Maybe
"Fuck,
it was
I'm
over. Yeah, he's-
staying here until the rest of my career ends." Like that's
Yeah,
that's
why not?
facts. And Stafford like always throws him the ball. Like
Dude, it's crazy. It is interesting because I remember at the beginning of the season, I don't know if we talked about this or if this was brought up before, but like how the fade route isn't like a real thing anymore.
yeah, we did.
Because
talk
like
about
everybody
that.
just like nobody can catch it. So he's the only one that can actually catch it. I wonder if I
It's
brought
OP.
him up. I gotta
Well, it's
rewatch it.
like you have to respect the slant so much too, because he's a big-bodied guy, so you
But
can just throw it in his
just
gut.
Just how high and like I feel like
It's like a
every
bread
quarterback
basket.
to him like they throw perfect, and they show that.
It
Clip.
is OP for
Yeah.
sure if you get a guy who can do it, but they
There's
don't
like
really
nobody else
practice
that
that
can do it.
anymore.
Yeah.
I think the last game we had. Oh yeah, talk about tonight is Bucks Falcons, and as we all know, Bucks lost last week. Tyler Shuck was going crazy on the rushing touchdowns, and the Panthers play the Saints this week. Panthers lost to the Saints earlier this year. I think they're both 7-6 now because the Panthers had the bye last week, so that's a crazy division race going on in the hometown. One of our buddies, Perfect Takes Pod, Jacob, said that if the Bucks lose tonight versus the Falcons and the Panthers win versus the Saints, and then Panthers-Bucks play next week and the Panthers win, then they automatically clinch the division. So a little bit to watch for tonight. Obviously, the Falcons are kind of mega ass, so it's kind of hard. No Drake London too. Kind of hard to say they're gonna win, but
You never know, dude. It looks like the Bucks are kind of imploding with
they
everything
get
that's
Mike
going
Evans
on.
back tonight. Kind of crazy. Everyone thought he was done for the year, but
What does he need? 500
yeah,
yards. To
he needs
get
like
1,000?
180 yards a game to get his 1,000. Not impossible. Pete Godwin's been kind of coming back. Ibuka's like the huge story because he's like just ass now.
Yeah, it was
Doesn't catch
cooking.
anything.
Well, I mean, once he shut down the deep ball,
Yeah,
you
that
know,
was
just cover it, just put a safety over him.
that
It's
was
like, I don't
his
think.
his forte, just catching bombs. But
Yeah.
I feel like now it will help him though that all the guys are back.
Yeah, true. They do have to watch Mike Evans.
The Panthers
Bucky's
coming off
back.
the bye. Yeah, Bucky's back. Panthers got the Saints. They do play the Seahawks here in a couple weeks, so it'd be huge if they get these easy games.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, if you're a Panthers fan, you got to be pretty happy. Packers fan, you got to be pretty happy.
Yeah, Bills fan.
We're
Little-
okay so far. It's a medium happy. But yeah, that's kind of all we got. Hopefully you're able to watch the games this weekend. Anton.
I got a new hot take actually for gambling, or for this isn't advice, but I might have figured out the tech, dude. Just look at the matchup, look at the weather, and just don't bet on anytime touchdowns anymore. Bet on 2+, because if they cash one relatively early, you could just cash out and like double your money. You don't need to wait for it to go all the way. I did it with Bucky Irving, scored in the first 3 minutes of the game.
Yeah.
I think it was like a $3 bet that wins 30. For him to get 2, I got $14 cash out. I was like, take it. And he didn't score it, so it
Dude,
doesn't even
I
matter.
was pissed that Monday night Chargers Eagles. I had Hampton for 2. It was like 5 for 70 or something.
No,
He got one first drive. I was like, fuck yeah, in the bag.
no.
Didn't get even a chance. The
Should have
rest of
cashed
the
that
game.
one. It probably could have made like $20.
Probably, but I used to not always cash out, but like often, and then it would always hit after I
Yeah.
cash out, and that's like such a bad feeling.
I'm the opposite. I used to let it ride. And I'm like, dude,
Hey.
$3 is $3. It could turn into like 40 or whatever.
Yeah,
And I'm like, nah.
now I'm always
nah.
team let it ride. Fuck
Now I'm
that.
gonna cash and just put it on something else that's gonna burn the money.
Yeah, it's tough days to gamble.
Yeah, especially if you don't know anything.
Vibes-based gambling is not
It's
very
not smart.
not smart, not
That's what you gotta-
efficient.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Alright.
hopefully that's a hot take for you
Yeah.
guys.
It's a new strat. Come on.
See you guys next week.
Peace.